Alright, what I'm going to do is I ended up changing my back screen here on my 2000 Powerstroke. I changed it like a year ago from this black to this white. But when I did that, the only dial that I got off incorrectly was this one. It's off by 15 miles an hour to the plus. So what I'm going to have to do is open the plastic cover back up, move it up, and hopefully it'll stay in one spot. I've got this other one from a truck that I bought and took apart. And when I do that with this one, I notice that this one just wants to keep traveling back. I noticed that there isn't a lot of good 7.3 videos out there. I'll try to make some more so people can, if you got questions or something about a few things, and I can post a few things about this, because the truck that this came from, I had to take the motor out and I rebuilt this motor and everything. Complete reboard, only 30,000 silver, just enough to clean it up, because the motor that was in there originally, it had that air leak in that factory air box. Now, you know, people have heard about this, but I live on a gravel road, and where I had been driving had always been very dusty and gravelly. I didn't even have 100,000 miles barely on it at the time. I had like 104, and the motor puked out on me, and it was so bad that they tried boring it out. They went all the way to 70 thousandths over just out of curiosity, and it still wasn't cleaning up. So there was probably about 20 thousandths more that they would have had to go. But I think 40 thousandths is the biggest you can get oversized. Maybe it's 60, but I know you don't really want to even go that big if you don't have to. So I've changed over to that big, like, Baldwin filter sitting up there. That's the one. That's just a nice one to go. It'd be nice if they would have had a spot that could have went into, like a semi truck, where you put the steel casing, but it works. So anyways, what I'm going to do is take this plastic cover off, and I am going to figure out how I can get this in the right spot. All the other gauges, I said, are working. I can tell what's working and whatnot from this device. I run that. Who is the maker of this? It's these guys. I always had this in there for quite a long time. It's nice because you can watch some of the functions, like your EGTs and a couple other things that you would never be able to see in the truck. Anybody got love my big alternator. I love that thing. 215 amp Mitsubishi out of a, what do you call that, ambulance. Anyways, and another gauge that I recommend that people get is just a simple boost gauge. Nice to have, because you will see your correct boost on that, versus if you're trying to read your correct boost off of this, it lags. And off of this, I've only ever seen like about 22, but off of that I've seen up in the 30s, like 32. So I'm gonna get this off quick, and I will come right back. Alright, tools here on the back to get that little cover off. just gotta press these down. And you start working them around. Oh, what in the hell am I gonna do with this damn phone? Anyways, you take all these tabs out, you just start working them around. Do it one-handed if you have to. If you're gonna record like I am. Oh, look at that. Well, that was awesome. Came right off. Oh, it just pins on the bottom. Actually, it's got 2 snaps on the top, too. This is a good time to take this and bring it in and wash it out with some warm water and some probably Dawn dish soap or something. And then let it dry. Don't touch it. Just let it dry. Because I know the inside gets dusty. Now let's take a look here. So if I bring that up, see what I'm worried about is when I bring that up, is it going to work its way down? Alright, let's figure this out. So if it's off, see when I'm going 55, right, 55, it's actually reading 65. Actually, I'm always going 60, so it's always reading 70. It's always reading 70. So let's let that coast down one more time. See, the way these work is there's little stepper motors back there. And the little stepper motors just get an electric signal, and it's just like a little DC motor. Just works its way up, but it knows where the motor is by that little encoder on the back. Alright, so if I gotta go 15 miles down, there would be 10. I'm gonna have to try to put it on right here. Hopefully I can put it on a little bit without. I'm gonna get a little crowbar. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so unfortunately couldn't find no crowbar. So I'm gonna try to grab that in the position it's at right now and gently try to work it up. A little like double-sided tiny crowbar would be really nice. Okay, so we know it was right about there, so 15 miles an hour off, that would be, let's go right about there. Try it. Am I going to be able to get it by this little thing? Can't pull that little thing out. Don't tell me that's stuck in there too, is it? Oh great, I gotta get a new one of them. Thank goodness I got new ones with the other thing. See, this is the kind of shit that happens and you don't take your time. But that freaking thing was in there. So I'll have to take one off that other one. Thank God I've got that. Oh, I hate doing this. So right about there. Now I pushed it down a little too far. Make sure it turns freely. The key will be putting it back in the vehicle to see where it's at. Alright. So now I'm going to take one of these pins out of this one. And for that, I don't know if I could probably just look at that one's missing it. Thank God it's on the RPM one. And I'm going to lift this plastic up, see how that is held in there. Well, I'm not going to try to save this one. I'll use this one for parts if I need it. Because I don't know about you guys, but I would love to have a brand new 6.7 Powerstroke. But as you can tell, this one is I've kept it in pristine shape. I'm the second owner of it. I bought it, what year was it? I think I bought it back in early 2001. When I bought it, it only had like 18,000 miles on it. And it just is a plain Jane truck. I mean, stick shift, everything. I know you guys probably seen a shifter in there, but that's because I took the wires out of this other truck where this gauge pod came from. I took the wires, everything, and put them in this truck so I would have power windows, power locks, because going without power windows and power locks just seems so barbaric nowadays. I mean, maybe in a nice muscle car I wouldn't mind power windows, but in a vehicle like this, everybody assumes that you would have power windows, and it's really nice to be able to roll down your passenger side without leaning over to do it. So that's why I did that. Oh, let's strip this off to see what this looks like underneath here, how that pin comes in. It's stuck down in there pretty good. Okay, so what it is a little like press lock, and I'm going to heat it up with the glue gun or the heat gun after a bit here. If I can pull it up far enough where you can see. And then just a little press lock. You know, I go ahead and I change this whole layout, this back cover for the original black that was in there, and then I go back and try to fix the gauge, and that's when I break the damn thing off. That was really stupid of me. But at least I got this one, like I said. But still, it's more trouble. Now I've got no room for error, unless I want to try to find one on eBay. Who knows if you can buy them little pins by themselves. I don't know if this video is any information to anybody. I don't know, maybe it will be. Hopefully somebody found it kind of like useful. But that's how you do it. When you take it out, make a reference mark. Take a picture for sure where all your gauges were. That's what I did in the beginning, but somehow that center one must have gotten turned. And have something like one of them pods that you can go through and read to find out where your voltage is supposed to be, because so hopefully that'll help somebody. And if you got like a couple of questions or something, throw them at me. Maybe I can help you out a little bit. I know these trucks pretty through and through, so thanks for watching, everybody.